She had less than an hour left to live. That's not an exaggeration. That's not a dramatic hook to keep you watching. That's the truth, written in black ink on a shelter intake form nobody was supposed to see. A black and white kitten, no name, no history, just a cage number and a date circled in red. Shelters like this one see hundreds of animals every single week. Kittens arrive in cardboard boxes left on doorsteps. Space runs out, time runs out. And when both run out at once, decisions get made that nobody wants to make. This kitten's decision had already been made. She was scheduled. She was one of the ones who wouldn't make it to the weekend, one name on a list that grew longer every day that no one adopted fast enough. But somebody walked past her cage one more time. Her name is Luna now. Back then, she didn't have a name at all. She had wide green eyes that tracked every person who walked by and a small white chest that rose and fell too fast, like she already understood something was wrong. Sarah wasn't even planning to adopt that day. She'd gone to the shelter to drop off donated blankets, the kind her office collected every winter for exactly this purpose. That's all. In and out, 15 minutes, maybe less. She wasn't looking for a cat. She definitely wasn't looking for a kitten hours from being euthanized. But Luna looked at Sarah. Not the way most shelter cats look at visitors, scanning past, indifferent, waiting. Luna's eyes locked onto Sarah's and didn't move. She pressed her small face against the bars. She didn't meow, she didn't cry. She just watched. Sarah asked a volunteer about her. The volunteer hesitated, then said the truth. She's scheduled for today. 4 words. That's all it took to change everything. Sarah didn't think about her budget, which was already stretched thin that month. She didn't think about the fact that she already had a dog, a full-time job, and an apartment that technically didn't allow more than one pet without an extra deposit she couldn't easily afford. She thought about a kitten who had never had a single person choose her, not once in her entire short life. A kitten who was about to run out of chances forever. She signed the paperwork with shaking hands. The volunteer later admitted she'd never processed an adoption that fast. 15 minutes from she's scheduled for today to she's going home. If a story like this is already pulling at something in your chest, stay with us, because what happened after this rescue is the part almost nobody expects. The first few days were hard. Luna wouldn't eat in front of Sarah. She hid behind the couch, pressed into the corner where the wall met the floor, and watched the apartment like it might disappear if she looked away for too long. Sarah's dog, Biscuit, an easygoing mutt named Biscuit, tried to approach once, and Luna hissed so sharply that he never tried again, choosing instead to watch her from a respectful distance across the room. She flinched at sudden movements. She flinched at kindness, too, like she didn't trust it to be real. Sarah didn't push. She sat on the floor a few feet away every single evening, no matter how tired she was after work. She read out loud sometimes, just so Luna would hear a calm voice that wasn't yelling or slamming a cage door, a voice with nothing urgent or threatening in it at all. She left food a little closer each night, a few inches at a time, patient in a way that most people aren't anymore, in a world that usually wants results immediately. On the 7th night, Luna ate 2 feet from her. On the 12th night, Luna let her hand rest on the carpet unmoving and didn't run when a small paw touched her fingers. By the 3rd week, something had shifted completely. Luna started following her from room to room, not clinging, just present, like she'd finally decided this person was going nowhere. She slept curled against Sarah's leg instead of behind the couch. She started chirping, a strange little half meow Sarah had never heard from a cat before, every time she walked through the front door. Then Sarah had an idea that surprised even her.
She'd always wanted to hike, but never alone, and never with a dog like Biscuit who pulled too hard on every trail and startled at every squirrel. She found a cat backpack online, almost as a joke, scrolling late one night when she couldn't sleep, and ordered it without much hope of it actually working. She introduced it slowly, the same way she'd introduced everything else in Luna's new life. A few minutes inside in the living room, treats scattered near the opening. Then a few minutes on the porch with the door propped open. Then, one Saturday morning, an actual trail, quiet and mostly empty at that early hour. Luna didn't panic. She sat up in the mesh window of that backpack, ears forward, eyes wide, taking in trees and sunlight and moving air like she'd been waiting her whole life for exactly this. Hikers passing by stopped and stared. A few asked if they could take a picture. One woman said she'd never seen a cat look that calm outdoors, like she belonged there more than most dogs did. Something you should know before we go further: this kind of trust doesn't happen by accident, and it doesn't happen fast. It happens because someone decides, quietly, without applause, that a scared animal is worth the wait. The hikes became a weekly ritual. Luna learned the sound of the car door, the specific creak it made, and would run to it the second she heard it. She learned to ride on top of the backpack when she got tired of the window view, perched there like a tiny, fearless queen surveying her kingdom of pine trees and dirt trails. She learned to trust the whole world, not just one person in it. 6 months after that shelter visit, Sarah took Luna to a trail she'd never done before, longer and steeper than the usual route. Halfway up, dark clouds rolled in, fast, faster than the forecast had promised, turning the sky the color of wet slate. Rain started, then thunder, close enough to feel in the ground beneath her boots. Most cats would have panicked completely, clawing and crying and fighting to get free of the pack. Luna pressed herself flat against Sarah's back, inside the pack, and stayed utterly still and silent the entire way down, as if she understood exactly what was needed from her in that moment. No clawing, no crying, just quiet trust, all the way to the car. Sarah cried a little in the driver's seat afterward, soaked and shaking from the cold, not from fear. She realized in that moment that she hadn't just saved a kitten from a shelter cage, she'd built something neither of them had before: a partnership, a kind of trust most people spend years trying to find with another person, let alone a cat who'd once been minutes from never existing at all. Luna is 2 years old now. She's hiked over 40 trails across 3 different states. She has her own small following online, mostly hikers who've met her in person and couldn't quite believe what they were seeing. She still does the strange half-meow chirp every time Sarah walks through the door. 6 months later, 2 years later, every single time, like it's brand new information each time it happens. People ask Sarah sometimes if she regrets the impulsive decision, the dog she almost couldn't accommodate, the budget she blew through in 15 rushed minutes. She always says the same thing: "I went in to drop off blankets. I walked out with the best decision I never planned to make." Sometimes the animals nobody has time for are the ones who end up teaching us the most patience. Sometimes the ones running out of time are the ones who show us how to slow down completely. Would you have signed those papers in 15 minutes, or would you have needed more time to decide? Tell us in the comments.